Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Leo and welcome to the latest episode of Figma Weekly, your one-stop source for all the latest news and resources on Figma. Today we're going to be talking about keeping Figma fast, designsystems.com, and some resources of the week, including Select, Similar, and Blend. So there weren't any development updates or notes this week, but there was a really interesting blog post on their shortcut blog, and I'll post a link below on keeping Figma fast. And it talks about their history of quality and performance and engineering and how they keep those multiplayer interactions so smooth. Their performance stress test includes having 50 people in multiplayer and 5,000 comments. And so it's just really interesting to see how they think about and work on quality. So I'll post a link below if you're interested. Next, let's talk about designsystems.com. This is a website made by Figma. It's got lots of resources on the basics of design systems, plus some operational management resources. And it's also got 46 open source design systems for you to play around with and dig into. Some of my favorites include Salesforce, and it's got a very comprehensive library of their guides, their cards, their carousels, all available for you to pick up and use. It's also got Base, which is Uber's design system, and unlike many design systems with many pages, it's interesting you can see Uber fit all of their design system components onto a single page, which is kind of interesting. And then of course, Google's Material Design 3 is also one of the highlights of the 46 design systems available for you to pick up and play around with. So definitely go to designsystems.com. I'll post a link below. Next, let's talk about some really exciting resources of the week. The first one is called Select, Similar. And let's say that you have a gallery of things with the same fill or stroke, or you have text with the same font and you want to change them all. Select Similar lets you select them all at the same time and change their layer properties accordingly. Now, if you have a really good variable setup, you could change all your primitives and do this, but if you're like me and you have some legacy files without great variable setup, this is a great plugin to help you make changes to many layers at the same time. So let's say that this blue isn't working out for me, and I have a bunch of illustrations and I want to change that blue everywhere. I can do that with Select Similar. And the way you access this is you go to the Community tab, you search for Select Similar, and you look for this one by Andre, and you can click into it, add it to your saves, jump into your file, click the Resources button, and select Similar. You'll see this pop-up comes up, and you can select relative layer positions, layer types, layers with the same layer name, font names so that you can change all your fonts at once if you want a different weight to your font. You can select things with the same fill, the same stroke, the same width and height, things that are locked, so if you want to unlock them all at the same time. And you can also select things with the same text content, which is a really powerful tool. So I've got this dark blue selected here, and if I just hit the Select Similar button, it'll find all the different blues in all of the illustrations on my board and select them all. And then I can just come in here to my layer properties and change them how I want, and it'll change that same blue everywhere around my layout. So that's Select Similar. The next resource that I want to talk about is Blend. Blend is a really interesting plugin, and the way you access it similarly is you go to Community, you search for Blend, and you are looking for this blend by Ian Cox, and you just click it and add it to your saves. hop back into your Figma board and you'll be able to see some examples here. So blend lets you take two different vectors and find all the in-between states and interpolates them for you. So I have a green star here and a blue star, and if I select them both, I go to Resources, Blend, you'll notice it gives me a modal and it gives me the number of steps, and you can change that. I have it at 5. But if I hit Blend, it'll give me all the star instances in between my two shapes and change the different colors and interpolate them in between, which is really fun. Another great use for this is if you want to get a range of colors. So here I have a blue and a white, and let's say that I want all the different gradations of that blue, so I have a set of colors including ones that are much lighter. You can select them both and hit blend, and you'll see it gives me a set of 7 colors, my two original plus 5 in between, and it interpolates all the fills in between them so that I have a really nice color range. And of course this works not just with blue and white, but if you want something in between two colors, you can select 2 colors and get all your colors in between. This could also be useful if you're looking for some exact kind of in-between states of your button. So I have this button here that I took from Salesforce's design system. And if I selected the largest size of the button and the smallest size of the button and hit blend on the two shapes, I would get a range of button sizes in between, that I could start with as I build out my different size ranges. So really interesting and useful tool. And of course, I'll post links to these resources below. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you'd like more of the latest Figma updates and resources consolidated to one 10-minute or less video every week. Have a good one.